Happy Saturday. It's Gramps. I have a leaky water bottle. I put sparkling water in there and it bursts on me. Happy Saturday. It's Gramps. Starting over. Do over. Morning gratitude, beach walks, and how it reshapes or shapes your perspective and your day. I'll back up and say, I think you can do this at home. I do this every morning with a cup of coffee. I make my coffee by boiling a pot of water and then pouring my coffee over, I pour over into a glass carafe, putting that into the blender with my mixture, and voila, V-O-I-L-A, I have extremely hot feet. So I'm going to stop here and put my shoes on while I have my coffee. So in the mornings, I attempt to do, sort of a gratitude, a reset, a good morning routine where I set myself up for my mindset for the day. What I've got going on, where I'm going, what plans, what I want to see as the outcome for the day. And I think to transition to the question, the prompt, number one, Ronnie sent over. We go for most mornings for a beach walk early in the morning. We've had our coffee. Emmy is searching for shells. And I'm morning meditating on the beach, looking at the beauty, seeing all of the nature that's around, listening to the sounds of the waves. There's a lot of doves here, so doves and rooster sounds. And allowing my mind, kind of like similar to walking meditation, allow my mind to kind of work through, as I said, your mind or your loudest voice in your head. And so taking the time to set that up, figure out your intentions, deal with any thoughts or possible negativities or things that could be looked at or viewed as something that might bring you down later or not be keeping you in the best mindset for the day for success. So walking in the morning on the beach, seeing the beauty, allowing the awe, allowing you to happen to life rather than life happening to you. You're able to set yourself up for, as I said, the rest of the day. You're able to quantify and see possible things that could get in the way and play offense rather than just playing defense all day. I think that's the way I would describe it to those that are into sports, is that you're setting yourselves up to attack the day, be intentional with the day, to understand the day and know what you want to accomplish in the day, all while allowing your mind to be right with itself, seeing the possible positive outcomes that you're going for, and really focusing yourself on what you're going to get done for the day. So, call it a pre-team huddle for, sports fanatics. Call it, check-in for, I think in the restaurant business and even if they're working at the grocery store, before a shift would start, they'd have, the manager and folks. And so you're doing that with yourself. You're putting yourself in a position where you can look at and figure out what your plan is, what you're doing, what's going on, where you want to be, how you want to be, and always be aware and ready for pivots or things that you didn't see or things that you didn't notice. So don't think that this is going to just eradicate all that and erase any stress in your day. It's just going to set yourself up to have as best a day as you can. I think the morning is obviously big for me. I wake up, 5:15, and that morning is really setting the tone for the balance of the day. So, saying good morning is my Web3 and online brethren. Gives time to, good morning, be a consistent, positive voice in a sea of possible negativity. That's where I look to my benefits and my bonuses, what I do. We decided to talk to them on one podcast. We've lost a grandson, so understanding you get one meat suit, you get one opportunity, you get one chance to be here. There are no do-overs, and that I'm just grateful every day just to wake up and have the opportunity to attack the day again. And so, the gratitude and getting yourself right in the morning, allowing that to happen on the beach, in a place where at home we walk around the lake, we do it on our way through the golf course. We do it because we see beauty everywhere. That, we're constantly doing that. So here, just the added bonus of being able to do it on the beach. I'm a water person. I was born in Southern California. I've been in a pool since I was, before I was walking. And, the earth is more water than it is land, I think they say. But I feel at home and at peace on the beach. So I use the beach as more of a prompt. So people, when they meditate, they use like a metronome, or they use, an app that talks to them. I'm using the beach in the same fashion, and I would say that I think that's what Ronnie was looking for. It's really to put yourself into that place where you do see the positives. You do have the opportunity to look for a route to where you want to go, and intentionally be on that route and that path. So, that you have the opportunity for the outcome. If you're throwing the pass down that way and you run the opposite direction, there's literally no chance the quarterback's going to throw you the ball. So be intentional. Gratitude is, the direction and the mantra that I use. I say I'm a gratitude-driven human. What that means is I am more focused on the things that I have: health, lovely wife, breath. I'm focused on what I have versus focused on what I'm missing, which is what I think a lot of people in my circle, my just the humans that I know, it seems like most folks are, worried and focused in on, the bad boss, or the car they don't have, or, some sort of metric. And some use it as, motivation. So don't get me wrong. Some use a car or some sort of a physical accessory as motivation to put in the extra hours, to put in the effort. At the end of the day, I'm doing that because I know I have one meat suit and I want to be, surfing at 80 in my mission statement. And so I do put all my energy into the gratitude side and focused in on all the things I have and relationships. I believe that the relationships that I have, the humans that I have them with, far exceeds and outpaces any car, home, pool, or any other item that, fancy Fitbit. I don't wear a watch. I wear a rubber ring. Not really into the physical possessions like I was at one point. And I've talked about some of my life experiences have sort of just shown me where I think there's more power in being focused. So I hope you have the opportunity to, if you're not on a beach and you're in your neighborhood near a lake or forest or just around your neighborhood, take an opportunity to take a walk. Put your earbuds in, don't put your earbuds in, listen to some music, listen to a book, focus on a podcast, but go out and breathe and allow yourself to be, full of gratitude for what you have, where you are in life, what next steps you have. Put some sort of a adventure or vacation out, less than six-ish months or less out, just so that you have something short term to focus on and something to work towards, and live a life of gratitude. I really appreciate all that have listened to the end of this, and share, like, follow, support us. We'd love to know if we're doing this right. Lead with love, Gramps. Happy April 12th. Talk to you soon. Minute of meditation. Start breathing. Go back to your previously scheduled programming. Lead with love, Gramps. Happy Sunday, April 14th, I believe. Actually, April 13th. Yeah, April 13th. Sunday, April 13th. Now that we're through the date. Happy Sunday. Wanted to just wish everybody a happy day of rest. I guess that's what they call Sundays. Day of rest. We're doing the same thing we did on Saturday and the same thing we'll do on Monday. So not really changing for us. I'm not really sure that we've had any deviation from the plan today versus any other day. We just kind of get up at 5:30. I think we slept until 6 one day. I'm a little tired, but very much into a routine. Up at the crack ass of dawn. Still dark outside. We get to see the sun come up. Have our coffee. Do our morning routines. Go through our rituals. And then we go off on an adventure. Walk the beach. Gather some shells. Walk around town. Go for a hike to the pools, go to Governor, walk the hill, go down and swim at the bend of the beach. We then swing through some place that gets us a fresh loaf of French bread. Yes, their bread is different. Grocery store, bakery, there's 3 or 4 different places that we pick this up. We then go back to the Airbnb, we set the sandwiches in motion, get in a little bit of connectivity, communicate with the kids, check in with social media, do our thing, do a lot of laundry, pack, drive to said beach. Emmy takes off. She's got the foundational blanket for our camp spot, our beach spot. I have the towel and the other stuff, but she has the foundational. She heads down there towards the end of the beach, about a half-mile walk. And she's allowed me the opportunity, if you can even hear me, she's allowed me the opportunity to make one of these videos, make a video, and sort of give my thoughts on where things are at. By the time I get to her location, things are set up. 2 days ago, she had already walked 2 laps on the beach. She's pretty quick. It took me about 10 minutes to do a video, another 5 travels. So about 15 minutes, she was already most of the way. So through her routine, I get to the beach. I put suntan lotion on. She helps me to apply back stuff I can't see and can't get to. And then we go about our business. She goes usually at that point for a shell hunt down the beach, and I will in most cases, start walking. I've been walking between 85 and 120 minutes, hour and a half to 2 hours. And I'm getting somewhere in the 20 to 21 mile per minute pace. So not super great, but I'm on sand, a lot of water, the waves and stuff like that. So it's not a consistent pace. And I got to do a lot of U-turns because it's just a short piece of the beach, depending as people show up, where and how I'm doing my U-turns. About 3 o'clock, I'm done. We both swim a little bit. We get there swimming in. We are packing up between 4 and 4:15 p.m. And we are arriving back at the Airbnb between 4:30 and 5. Setting potatoes in the oven for 45 minutes to an hour, depending on size. Get our protein out, and by 6 o'clock, 6:15, we're eating dinner. We've been watching a movie or a little bit of TV as I'm sitting there trying not to fall asleep. A little social media, giving my screen time to the device that I choose. And by 9:15, Emmy's reading and I'm starting to snore, or at least I'm pretending to be ready for bed. Last night, I think I was asleep at 8:45. And then the next day it repeats. The point of telling you all this is that it's repetition, it's boring on purpose, it's predictable, not a lot to think about. We just choose, which meal or what we're going to have. Are we going to go out to dinner? Or sometimes if we forget to thaw something, we will go grab a burger. St. Bart's Burger is really good, and we've enjoyed it. It's just equivalent to Smash Burger back in the States. And I've had a little bit of Ben & Jerry's, I'm not going to lie. A little bit of ice cream tops it all off. Digestive system's doing well. I'm doing well, sleeping well. Life is good. And then we repeat the next day. And we're day 2 of the second half of our vacation. So super excited that we've got a weekend wake up. Going to make the most of the time we have left. Going to continue to do what we've been doing. Going to Governor tomorrow, up and down the hill. And going to hug on my lady. Choose love. Remember what's real. And that's the connections we have and the experiences we have. And we can't take any of this materialistic shit with us. So do what you can to embody experience, curiosity, and look to gain as much wisdom as you can, and do that through relationships and adventures. This is Gramps signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, Ronnie. Appreciate you, man. Tweaks our love.